passion is suffering. Part of it is suffering talaga. Kaya nga the passion of the Christ.
Hindi ka basta-basta pwedeng puro passion na lang kasi passion cannot simply feed your family, especially kung meron nakarely na sa'yo.
Breadwinner ka.
And again, that's also the reason why if you can pursue your passions at an early age, might as well do so. Kasi magkakaroon na ng responsibilities habang tumatanda tayo, and all the more that we will feel as if nalipasan na tayo ng panahon.
I believe na every decision may rason siya, na ako, Komsay, ang layo sa ginagawa ko ngayon, pero I got my thinking tools, my unique thought process, my analytical brain training 4 years as a computer scientist. So parang software developer. So parang lahat naman may integration, culmination sa dulo. So walang tapon. For me, ayaw ng tapon.
Ano naman take nyo dun sa mga taong nag-all in talaga? Parang tipong, as in talagang super all in. Kumbaga sa sugal, talagang eto na lahat ng pera ko, pati bahay ko, reri, ang kwento na. Pero, nag-all in sila, pero there are some na nag-work.
Yes.
Like, sample, SB19.
Yes.
I just have to say it Kasi parang sila, nandun sila sa talagang bottom. I mean, talagang wala silang pera. And tinayanan nila lahat. Time. Lahat. Diba? Pero, nag-succeed sila.
Yes.
So, anong take nyo sa ganun? Na parang, dapat ba lahat ng tao sumugal na lang ng sumugal? Or dapat kinakalculate nila yan? Or dapat bang medyo pombreno sila ng konti? Kasi nga, baka naman hindi sila mapakain ng passion pero si SB19 napakain ng passion. So, anong take nyo doon dalawa?
Sa akin, if you half-ass it, you get half-ass results.
It takes time kasi for you to fully realize your passion to a degree na it could be consistently maybe giving you what you need sa buhay. So throughout that discovery phase, kumbaga, nakadepende sa sa kung anong kaya mong i-risk diba? So even though some people have made it, diba? Pero kasi hindi natin pwede i-generalize because the probability nga of people, given na marami tayong iba't ibang mga sitwasyon sa buhay and we have different levels of privilege, diba? We cannot generalize na may nagawa nila, there's a chance na magagawa ko din. There is a possibility, but yung level of certainty of that happening, wala tayong kasiguraduhan.
Tapos parang naisip ko rin kasi, ito yung per believer ako of clarity comes from execution. So, as you execute, you fail, you learn, and then you go again. Parang for me, there's no way to fail. Ang only way to fail is pag nag-quit ka on it. Parang ganon. So parang for me, like I think yung SB19 din, there's a lot of moments na, di ba, raming rejection, grabe yung pag-hate sa kanila. Pero tumuloy ka pa rin. I think yung nagsiseparate ng content creators like you guys na dumabot na dito na sa 500K, pa 1M and all, compared dun sa iba na hindi. Like, they start, like sabi nga, podcast. So, that takes courage. They do 3 episodes and then wala na.
Ang magic question kasi dito, ito mapapakain ka ba talaga ng passion mo?
Podcast na naman with Gerald at Brian. Aral lang pulutan sa inuman at kwentuhan. Pinagsamang veterano, parehong talentan.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Life Over Whiskey Podcast, where we share valuable life lessons and stories you can learn from over a glass of whiskey. My name's Brian.
And I'm Gerald.
Magandang gabi sa inyo, mga ka-low-barkada at mga ka-whiskey natin out there, Direk.
Yes, sir.
So excited na tayo with this episode because nag-imbita lang naman ako ng personal friend ko, and this is a friend of mine that I feel like marami makarelate because she is living her life pursuing her passion.
Wow. Gusto ko tong topic natin ngayong gabi.
Exactly. Pero pakilala ko muna.
Sige.
Ang guest natin. So, our guest is the founder and CEO of Passionate Creators, an online community and agency that helps values-driven individuals transform their passions into thriving businesses through personal branding and strategic content creation. With experience coaching over 500 content creators and collaborating with impactful thought leaders, she continuously masters personal branding and content strategy. She's a passionate individual about guiding multi-passionates, people with diverse talents and interests, to connect their passions, embrace their individuality, and stand out in the digital space. Without further ado, let us all welcome Louie Baarde.
Let's go.
Hello,
Hi.
Louie.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for having
Cheers.
me, Direct. Thank you, Bri.
We're so happy and privileged to have you in this podcast episode. Parang long time coming, Direct. Kasi honestly, like si Louie is a good friend of mine na matagal ko nang talagang gustong makasama sa podcast at mapakilala sa iyo at sa mga low barkada natin.
Yeah.
Pero ang topic natin, Direct, ito medyo interesting to. No? Dahil some people would have a sentiment kabaliktaran ito. The topic is, mapapakain ka ba talaga ng passions mo?
Oo. Char.
And with that,
Yeah. Okay na. Tapos na.
Nako, pero alam nyo guys, controversial yan. Kasi maraming mga negosyanteng
go against that.
Go against that.
Basically.
Kasi, I mean, yung ibang tao, di ba, sasabihin nila, hindi ka mapapakain ng passion mo talaga.
Yes.
Dapat is something na lucrative yung business mo para mag-grow ka sa person.
Yeah.
Ano bang gagawin natin ngayong gabi? Paano ba natin tatahiin lahat
Siyempre,
yan?
kwentuhan muna tayo. Louie,
Sige.
kwentuhan mo naman sa amin, ano ba ang naging background mo? How was it growing up? What was your upbringing? Did you grow up in a family na may kaya? Middle class? Naghirap ba kayo?
I think for me, nag-grow up kami like in a middle class family. Pero ang sure, kahit pa paano, since middle class, we have like yung video camera. So ever since, super duper passionate ko na sa video. Bata pa lang ako. Tapos, kahit yung mga old videos namin ang gulo kasi ako yung alam mo yun,
Saan
nag-zoom.
yung mga camcorder pang
Oh,
gano'n?
camcorder. Video cam. Yung mga video cam pa na gano'n. Tapos, ano nangyari is, both my parents my mom is an accountant, my dad is a programmer. So, very corporate sila both. Pero sila sa bank. So, when that happened is parang ako, like, ang expectation sa'yo usually is, di ba yung usual career path? You study, you graduate sa college, and then hanap ka ng magandang trabaho, tapos tuloy-tuloy na. And ever since hindi yun yung tingin ko, feeling ko, gusto ko mag-proud yung family ko. Super amazing, loving family. Napaka, kailan mo ni Bri, yung parents ko, nagkasama na kami sa Japan before. Super amazing nila. But kaya ayoko sila ma-disappoint. Kaya din gusto ko ma-prove na if I pursue the arts, creatives, it's gonna be lucrative. So, kaya yun yung gigil ko. Yun yung gusto ko mangyari. So, when that happened, nag-comsci ako midway college 2011, 2012. I was like, wait lang, should I? Kasi may AB filmmaking sa CSB. Eh, nasa Lasal ako ng computer science. I was like saying na, should I drop out? Tapos mag-filmmaking ako.
Lipat ka, parang gano'n.
Pinag-isipan ko yun ng sobrang tagal. Pero sabi ko, sige, tuloy ko na lang to and then I'll do it after. So, alam ko talaga na hindi ako magiging programmer. Although, parang kaya siya ng utak ko because I love video games. So, gumagawa ko dati ng bot sa Ragnarok. Gagawa ko ng bot para pag nasa school ako, nagpapa-level up yung character ko. So, sobrang ganun. And then, yun, yung nag-graduate ako ay nasa company na ako na established, proud yung parents ko. Naghanap ako ng opportunity sa isang startup entertainment company to like, I want to pursue video editing. Eh, ang laki ng difference ng sweldo as a software developer versus a video editor. Tapos yung in-offer yun both sides, sabi ko, ito na naman, mayroong crossroads. Sabi ko, go, video editing. So, nagig-video editor ako.
So, you mean mas mababa yung sweldo?
Initially, oo. By that time, nung difference nun, kung pwede magsabi ng...
Pwede mo share yun?
Pwede naman.
So parang nasa 30 yung software developer initial ko nun, yung starting point ko as a fresh grad. Tapos nasa 20 lang yung sa video editing.
But you chose video editing.
I chose that kasi sabi ko, I don't want to live sa what ifs kasi. So when I pursued that, since startup, mga 1 month lang akong nag-video editing, nadala ako sa strategy, sa operations, sa programming ulit, sa strategic marketing. So, sabi ko, okay, 3 years na naman ako nag-go. Kasi parang feeling ko, ito na yun, yes, I love what I'm doing. Tapos biglang may call na naman. Parang laging may call or crossroads na parang may choice ako between two paths.
What's the new crossroad at that time?
May friend, sabi niya na, kala ko ba gusto mong gumawa ng video, ng documentaries? Bakit parang ito na yung buhay mo? Gusto mo bang maging CEO ng company ito eventually? So parang ako, quarter life crisis. Tapos doon, nanood ang Greatest Showman, tapos nag-resign ako. Sabi ko, okay, I'll pursue video production, sabi ko. At that time, ewan ko if, si Noel Tihanki. Na-meet ko si Noel Tihanki, basta cinematographer siya ni Cathy Garcia Molina. Tapos nakasama ko siya sa nag-usap lang kami. Tapos sabi, nag-offer siya apprenticeship. Tapos na-realize ko, hindi ko gusto ng film production. Gusto ko ng documentary. Gusto ko mag-document. So, then, nag-pursue ako sabi ko muna late, I want to dabble first. Because sometimes, like, a lot of people, they don't know what they're passionate about initially. Alam ko lang hindi ito yon. So, I want to try different things. Nag-try ako mag-cover ng events. Nag-insurance ako. Marami kong trinay para mahanap ko yung right thing. Pero I think I got a lot of skills in different aspects. So, realize ko, ang tawag sa akin, multi-potentialite or multi-passionate. Pero alam ko, ang magtatahi-tahi nun is I really want to create content. Kaya yung naging insurance agent ako, I started creating a page. Then the page na nag-viral yung mga posts. So sabi ko, okay to. Biglang nagdatingan yung mga leads. Tapos may narinig ako from Coach Cherry Africa. Sabi niya, stop catching butterflies, create a garden, and attract them instead. Sabi ko, hindi kasi ako yung person na mag-cold call sa'yo. Mag-message sa'yo na, uy, meron ka na ba insurance or something? And then, doon ko na-realize yung power of taking control of the narrative, of your story, of your personal brand through content creation. So, doon nag-start yung nag-meet tayo sa pandemic. Kasi naging effective yung personal branding.
Pero direct ang ganda na nung bata siya, nag-document siya. Doon din siya nilid
doon ulit. Pa rin, pupunta.
Doon talaga.
Nagalik siya doon.
Ito.
Diba?
Pero, ito lang curious lang ako.
Yeah.
Ang magic question kasi dito, ito mapapakain ka ba talaga ng passion?
Hindi, initially.
Hindi initially, okay.
Actually, ganito yun. Kasi for me, ang definition of passion, diba, is actually, dati kasi sabi nila is what makes you feel alive, what you love, diba? Pero actually, passion is suffering. Part of it is suffering talaga. Kaya nga the passion of the Christ. It comes with that for me kasi gustong-gusto ko yung sinabi ni Jim Carrey na you can fail at something you don't love, so why not take a chance at something you do love? I love watching concerts. I love watching theater. I love people, parang seeing people come alive. Kaya nga gusto ko din video kasi I want to capture it. Hindi ako sanay masyado sa harap ng camera. Mas gusto ko behind it. Kaya parang nakikita ko people coming alive. Parang yung moment na yun na alive ka. For me, worth it tuloy yung moments na hindi. Kasi ako personally, I struggled. Kaya nga siya gigil ko Kasi hindi siya magiging gigil pag andali ko lang siya nakuha. Yeah, diba? So parang ako ang hinanap ko, every person may gigil tayo. Yun yung feeling ko nagtatahi-tahi ng personal brand, yung identity natin sa gigil. And yung gigil ko is, hindi ka mapapakain ng passion na yun kasi totoo actually at a point unless you do something about it. Or if you really want to do something about it. And based sa evidence, all throughout my life, yung gigil na yun, paulit-ulit siyang nagna-knock or nagko-call sa akin na, it's time for you to do it. Or like, leap na, resign na, try this na parang, wait, pag hindi ko to gagawin ngayon na 20s for me kasi is for dabbling. You need to dabble. Diyan ka pwede maging reckless. Wala ka pong family, wala pa masyado. Pero hindi din too late pag 30s, 40s, 50s. Hindi din too late. Pero nung 20s ako, yun yung reason
risk,
kung bakit ako nag-try, mag-jump to that. Pero up until like, I think last year, talagang hindi pa rin fully. Pero when you think about it, pag nandun ka sa moment, sa ginagawa ko, okay, mamaya, bukas, like, meron akong coaching call ng 6 p.m. dun sa group ko. Sa morning, I will just check out their analytics and check out their content and check out yung anong pwedeng strategies for that. And parang napapastop ako na, whoa, I get to do this for a living. I get to talk to these amazing people, multi-passionates na may gigil na values aligned na parang, okay, I'm okay. Baka hindi success or food yung papakain na in a conventional sense. But I still, I'm fed. Soul ko fed by doing it. Parang ganun.
How do you define yung mapapakain ka ba ng passion? Kasi ako, I remember we had a similar conversation na sinabi ko, hindi ka basta-basta pwedeng puro passion na lang kasi passion cannot simply feed your family. Especially kung meron nakarely na sa'yo.
Breadwinner ka.
And again, that's also the reason why if you can pursue your passions at an early age, might as well do so. Kasi magkakaroon na ng responsibilities habang tumatanda tayo. And all the more that we will feel as if nalipasan na tayo ng panahon.
Meron nga yung sinabi, favorite ko to, if napanood nyo na yung Make Good Art by, sino yung gumawa ng...
Make Good Art.
Gumawa ng Sandman, si Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman.
Sabi niya, lahat tayo may mountain, and then nung gusto niya kasi maging writer, gusto niya maging novel writer. So what he did is, naglakad siya, parang sabi niya, lahat ng tinik na nag-journalist siya, marami niyang trinay on the way to becoming a writer. Sabi niya, as long as I'm taking steps towards the mountain na gusto kong tahakin, I know I'll end up there. So as long as nasa right direction ka, kahit hindi pa yun mismo. Example, gusto mo maging singer na may fans or singer-songwriter. Pero ngayon, as of now, ang magagawa mo lang is Square, magigig ka initially dito sa bar na to. Is it leading you towards that? Yes, okay, they go. Parang, kumbaga, as long as you're moving forward to that direction, okay lang. Hindi naman kailangan agad na ipipilit mo tapos hindi naman, tapos naging irresponsible ka na sa priorities mo. So,
ma-reinforce mo lalo yung belief na, hindi pala talaga para sa akin to.
Yeah, as long as papunta ka dun, I think everything, like, may connectedness, you talking about strengths, I believe na every decision may rason siya na ako, Comsci, ang layo sa ginagawa ko ngayon, pero I got my thinking tools, my unique thought process, my analytical brain training 4 years as a computer scientist. So parang software developer. So parang lahat naman may integration, culmination sa dulo. So walang tapon. For me, ayaw ng tapon.
Love it. Curious ako. Ano naman take nyo dun sa mga taong nag-go all-in talaga? Parang tipong, as in talagang super all-in. Kumbaga sa sugal talagang, eto na lahat ng pera ko, pati bahay ko, ang kwento na.
Yeah.
Pero, nag-go all-in sila, pero there are some na nag-work.
Yes.
Like, sample, SB19.
Yes.
I just have to say it Kasi parang sila, nandun sila sa talagang bottom. I mean, talagang wala silang pera. And tinayanan nila lahat. Time, lahat. Diba? Pero, nag-succeed sila.
Yes.
So, anong take nyo sa ganun? Na parang, dapat ba lahat ng tao sumugal na lang ng sumugal? Or dapat kinakalculate nila yan? Or dapat bang medyo pombreno sila ng konti? Kasi nga, baka naman hindi sila mapakain ng passion pero si SB19 napakain ng passion.
Yeah.
So, anong take nyo doon dalawa?
Sa akin, if you half-ass it, you get half-ass results. So, I'm all for all-in. But, being smart about it. Lahat tayo may unfair advantage. Example, pag privilege ka, you have the money, okay ka, well-provided ka, nakapag-ipon ka, kaya mo mag-all-in. Or if you have the talent, that's also an unfair advantage. Like SB19, like alam nila sa sarili nila yung sa talent nila that they can. But hindi kasi siya yung nagfo-fall lang sa lap mo. Yung pagsugal for me, kasi ako, believer ako of being all-in. But I also think na as long as walang maapakan na tao. Kasi kung i-all-in mo, sasanla mo yung bahay. Tapos
yung pamilya mo wala titirahan.
Wala na bahay.
Wala titirahan.
I think calculated risk pag mag-all-in ka na you feel it. Kasi talagang mag-fail Like 100% chance mag-fail ka talaga. Part of it. As long as wala kang makahatak in the process and you leveraging your unfair advantages.
Yeah,
I love sinabi niya. Pero meron din mga one-hit wonder. Yung mga biglang unang try, boom agad. Diba?
Pero kasi the probability is diba?
For you to maintain it.
I mean, for you na biglang ganun.
Yeah.
Diba? Who's to say?
Pero
the chances are.
Kaya nga ang ganda for me na approaching it with na parang play. Sabi to ni Sarah Williams sa Becoming, sabi niya, it's either fun or faith. If you're not having fun, you should have faith. And pag time na wala talagang fun, yung faith talaga na you'll get there. And I think a lot of it comes from self-discovery. Kasi kung alam mo yung confidence na hindi alam kung saan pinanggalingan, pero confident ka na wala kang awareness din. Yun yung medyo mahirap, yung destructive dun. So, ang importante for me, kaya gusto ko yung personal branding, kasi part dun, yung self-discovery journey na ano ba yung strengths mo, ano ba yung quirks mo na pwede mong ilabas para mas mag-stand out ka. Kasi parang iba-iba tayo Di porket nag-work na, nag-work nga sa kanya, gawin ko na rin. Yeah. Iba-iba kasi tayo. So, parang dun ako fascinated with parang uniqueness ng bawat tao. Pero pag hindi mo alam ano unique sa'yo and you're just following yung trend, talagang destructive yon. Like, yun yung difference na decisions na destructive versus decisions na actually calculated na parang okay, alam mo, tapos nag-fail ka, at least meron kang data ngayon para mo ulitin. Kasi it's about repetition din kasi. Yung ilang rejections before you get that particular break. Alam mo yun? So parang gano'n.
Yeah, I guess to answer also your question direct kanina, it takes time kasi for you to fully realize your passion to a degree na it could be consistently maybe giving you what you need sa buhay. So throughout that discovery phase, kumbaga, nakadepende sa sa kung ano kaya mong i-risk eh.
Yeah.
Diba? So, even though some people have made it, diba? Pero kasi hindi natin pwede i-generalize eh. Because the probability nga of people, given na marami tayong iba't ibang mga sitwasyon sa buhay and we have different levels of privilege, diba? We cannot generalize na nagawa nila, there's a chance na magagawa ko din. There is a possibility, but yung level of certainty of that happening, wala tayong kasiguraduhan.
Tapos parang naisip ko rin kasi, ito yung per believer ako of clarity comes from execution. So, as you execute, you fail, you learn, and then you go again. Parang for me, there's no way to fail. Ang only way to fail is pag nag-quit ka on it. Parang ganon. So parang for me, like I think yung SB19 din, there's a lot of moments na, di ba, raming rejection, grabe yung pag-hate sa kanila. Pero tumuloy ka pa rin. I think yung nagsiseparate ng content creators like you guys, na lumabot na dito na sa 500K, pa 1M and all, compared dun sa iba na hindi. Like they start, like sabi nga, podcast. So that takes courage. They do 3 episodes and then wala na.
Wala na.
Diba?
So, true.
Oo, yun yung parang, I think yun yung fuel, yung passion yung fuel. Kasi if you're doing it for the right reasons or if you're doing it because it's play for you, you love it, it's sustainable. Kasi for me, personal branding mo is you. So, future-proof dapat siya. Ginagawa mo lang ba to dahil ito daw yung patok ngayon tas gusto mo mag-earn ng something versus I want to do it despite hindi pa to known ng mga tao, despite hindi naman ko sure kung ano siya, parang you try it, execution, then you refine. So, parang yung iteration nun, yung will get to success.
Okay. Actually, eto meron akong gustong itanong sa'yo. It might be a little bit controversial to some other people, but I just need to ask you this, no? Ako kasi, I personally believe na ang third sex, mas mataas ang chance mag-succeed sa corporate world or even any industry like creatives kasi they have the best of both worlds. But in reality, syempre, di naman lahat ng tao ganun ang pananaw. May mga pananaw dyan na it is immoral in a way.
Yeah.
And at some point, syempre, minsan, hindi naman din talaga ginusto ng tao yun. Nangyayari siya di ba? So, ang question ko sa'yo is this. Meron ka na bang na-feel na sa career na ginagawa mo ngayon, sa creatives, na na-question yung talent mo because third sex ka? That's one.
Sexuality.
Yeah.
And then number 2, dumating din ba sa point na naisip ng iba sa'yo na they would question your decision because feeling nila hindi ka stable mag-isip kasi third sex ka?
Yeah.
So yun. Anong take mo doon?
Ang ganda rin, actually, ito yung for context. When I was growing up, dahil super supportive at accepting ng family ko, I didn't know na hindi siya okay. Until nung biglang, alala ko yon preschool, kinder ako, sabi sa ng teacher ko is like, bakit ka naka-pants? Di ba girl ka? Dapat naka-dress ka. So doon ko na-realize na, meron palang dapat. Pero ako kasi parang feeling ko inborn sa akin. Kasi meron turo to ng friend ko si Jay. Pero like, ngayon lang ako nagkaka-awareness actually with it that there's 3 things kasi. There's gender identity, gender preference, gender expression.
Okay.
So identity is what do you identify as? Example, yung iba na identify myself as a boy, identify myself as a girl. Ako, I identify myself as a girl, as a woman. So, yun yung identity ko, then there's gender preference, ano yung prefer mo naman?
Yes,
so
yes,
ako, prefer ko women. So that's why parang, okay, lesbian.
Okay.
So that's gender preference. And then there's yung gender expression naman is how do you express yourself?
Okay.
Ako, medyo nasa masculine side. So when I say na, my gender identity is a woman, but I prefer women, and then I'm also masculine. Masculine yung expression ko. So parang there's a lot of like nuances pagdating doon. So when yung dun sa question mo about like, bakit parang nagsasucceed yung mga third sex. I can't speak for all, pero ako, based on what I've observed like, being with people din with the third sex or ano, I think lang meron lang kasing certain type of courage yung people who are openly doing that. Kasi yung courage with that comes with like getting, I mean, a lot of backlash kasi. Like a lot of people can be nasa closet din and a lot na hindi. I think yung mga hindi na openly na doing that, I think meron silang, ewan ko, hindi ko alam, I can't really speak for others, pero yung tapang to like pursue something, that's why parang mas pansin na ano ba yun, na hindi...
Parang ano siya, parang ang dating is you have to prove yourself all the time. Parang ganon. That you are worthy. Parang ganyan
or baka
ba?
like hindi din sa kanila hindi sila affected with backlash as much kasi they've been through like some.
Yes,
Buti ako, I'm fortunate hindi. Pero like ako like I see like successful na nasa third sex, especially kaya sa film, sa arts, parang amazed with that na parang unapologetically themselves sila. And I think yun yung medyo parang feeling ko they battle growing up kasi ang hirap mag-come to terms with it. Like honestly, parang ito ba talaga? Like, is this a phase or is this something that I want? Lalo na ako, I'm a super Catholic family. Nasa Catholic family ako, I'm super Catholic. I believe in God. But I believe my God kasi is loving and accepting and create niya ako the way I am. So, hindi ako medyo takot doon. And kung ano man, actually, minsan nakakalimutan ko, nothing siya. Nakakalimutan ko na thing siya unless bigla napapagkamalan akong sir, which is ayoko kasi nga identity ko women. So ang ayoko kasi doon ko na-realize about identity, why it matters to people na women ako or woman ako or man ako. Kasi ako, I identify as a woman. I want to be treated as a woman.
Okay.
Tapos paano kung papasok ka bigla sa mall, kakapkapan ka?
Alam mo, pero sobrang sakto lang to na buti maririnig ng mga audience natin to. Alam mo ba ako, speaking for with my own experience, no? Sometimes, ako kasi I have a lot of friends na third sex. No? May pinsan ako, meron akong kapatid ng best friend ko. So, I'm really close, no? Pero ako, pag, let's say, first time ko makikilala or makikita ko, sometimes meron akong hindi ko alam na, i-address ko kaya ng sir. Kasi para that person would feel na, in-address niya akong sir. So, ibig sabihin, pa-feel niya na lalaki siya.
In-acknowledge.
Oo. Now, if I say na miss or baka ma-offend. So, it's a good thing na sinabi mo yan. Kasi like, hindi lang ako ang matututo or even our audiences, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero yun din, hindi ko masisisi kasi expression ko masculine. Pero example, I appreciate pag pinagbubusan ng pinto. Na-appreciate ko na pag ni-miss ako or ganyan na pag na-sir ako, hindi ko, for some reason, medyo na-off talaga ako.
Buti
pero hindi nila fault. I think ang ganda ngayon na minsan they ask. What do you prefer to be? Ewan ko yung pronouns things. Wala pa ako doon. So, hindi ko pa ako masyado aware doon. Ang lalim na doon. Pero for me, yun yung I want to, dahil nga, gender identity ko as woman, ayoko maging man.
Okay. I guess yun nga, if we can ask talaga, how do you want me to address you? Pwedeng ganun
yes.
And siguro direct, mag-break muna tayo para
Ayan.
pagbabalik natin, tatanungin natin ang top 3 qualities ni Louie. At yung favorite segment natin na
Karaoke King ka ba?
Sa pabalik yan ng Life Over Whiskey. So Louie, tatanungin ka na namin, ano ba para sa'yo yung top 3 qualities mo as a person?
First one is, I think, more on strategic, data-driven part yun, 100% natural. And then second is very much family-oriented. Like not just blood, pero in general, when I consider you as family. And then the third one is more on diversity loving. I love seeing uniqueness in other people. Pag yung nag-spark na yung eyes nila, like, oh my gosh. Favorite ko yung mga ganong conversations. Ayun.
And now, nandito na tayo sa pinaka-inaantay natin na segment. Karaoke King ka ba?
Handugan mo kami ng maybe something that you can say na theme song ng buhay mo, probably, or something that, you know, you can relate to your story.
Okay. Hindi ako marunong kumanta.
Baka may mag-Hamilton to,
How does the best? Hindi. Gusto ko yung Unwritten. I think super ganda ng message niya.
Sige.
Kakantahin ba?
Kakantahin natin. Chorus. Kabisado mo chorus?
Dapat yung pre-chorus, papabuild.
Okay, sige. Ikaw na bahala sa score nito.
Kasama din kayo. Staring at the back page, yun yung start.
Di ko alam yung song eh.
Di ko yung song.
Makikiham na lang ako.
Kailangan niyo ako sabahin kasi kung hindi masisira yung podcast kung ako lang. Unwritten. Natasha Bedingfield.
Okay.
Dapat sa pre-chorus, like, staring. Kasi ang ganda ng lyrics, super, like, empowering.
Di ba takabisado to, Derek?
Hindi ko alam yung kanta.
But
it's fine.
Ready tayo. 3, 2, 1.
Staring at the blank page before you open up the dirty window and illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips.
Galing.
99.
Alam yung title, pero I know the song. I know the song.
Bigla siya nag-hit ulit.
Familiar.
Nag-hit siya ulit, pero yung old song na siya eh.
Pero yung kabataan natin,
oo, nandun na siya.
may commercial yan eh.
Teka, kuya niyo ako ha.
Yung teenage years mo.
Hindi naman obvious, Derek. Hindi naman obvious.
Obvious eh, di ba?
And welcome back to Life Over Whiskey.
Ayun, sige. So, I love the conversations around, mapapakain ka ba talaga ng passion mo? I feel like, parang the better question is, paano ka mapapakain ng passion mo?
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi parang iniisip mo na working towards something that you feel that makes you feel alive. Or working towards something na tingin mo you find fulfillment. There's nothing wrong about it eh. I know some people would consider being financially stable dahil may mga nakaasa sa kanila.
Yeah. Of course.
Pero it's that act, sabi mo nga, nang nagpa-plant ka ng paunti-unti hanggang pwede ka na tumalon.
Yes.
Diba? Kasi there's a difference na you're doing something for you to earn a living. But the other side is do something that makes you feel alive. Diba?
Yeah.
So, ikaw ba, Derek, ano ma-takeaway mo dyan?
Ako, hindi ko alam eh. Pero, kasi siguro with my experience, no, speaking personally sa naging buhay ko, I would always do something that makes me happy. Meaning, mapapakain ka ba ng passion mo? Yes. I would say yes, definitely yes. But, like sinabi mo nga kanina, kung gusto mo i-pursue yung passion mo, kasi for me, ang happiness is more important than money. But, hindi rin naman realistic yun if you're a family man.
Yeah.
Tama? So, I guess, if you're going to merge it, just like what you said earlier, kung pamilyado ka, alamin mo lang siguro you do a day job or something, do a side hustle like a business for it to sustain yung passion mo. Then at the end of the day, yung passion mo, yun na yung magpapakain sa'yo.
Yeah.
And that's my takeaway for
Nice.
How about you?
Sa akin, kaya super important sana personal brand. Kasi even if you're doing something na hindi ka pa fully passionate about, you documenting your journey, building up that, like showing up, building up that like body of work. Kasi feeling ko mayroong valuation ng personal brand eh. Like, I believe mayroon niyang value and money is just value, diba? It's a representation of value. And as you show up and you give value and you get value in return, future-proof siya. So, habang ginagawa mo yung thing mo, binibuild up na to. Kaya yung sinabi ni Derek, na ang bilis mo na lang na bigla na lang magulat ka na nag-harvest ka na. Pero di ba, ang goal mo is yung garden mo, you plant seeds na authentic to you. And eventually, it will grow. You nurture it, it will grow kahit may iba ka pang ginagawa. And then, you can eventually live off that. Kaya nga, super important yung execution because that's you showing up. And for me, yun yung akin. Mapapakain ka ng passion na yan. As long as you show up for yourself, you show up for you, and you continuously build up yung value. Hindi yung value or worth na tingin ng ibang tao sa'yo, pero yung worth mo sa sarili mo. Because maraming maa-attract na aligned opportunities at connections if you just show yourself. Kasi people will see you and then they will reach out and maraming mangyayari.
Reiterate ko lang din.
Yung huli, ang lupit nun.
Stop catching butterflies. Create a garden and attract them instead. Grabe. So Louie, bago tayo magtapos, saan ka ba nila makikita? Where can they reach you if they do decide na, have a consultation with you about personal branding and content creation? Please go ahead and share your handles.
So, you can follow me on Instagram. So, Louie Baarde lang. Louie Baarde on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And then, if you want to build na yung personal brand nyo, start nyo na yun, regardless if employed ka pa or hindi. You can join Passionate Creators Community kasi meron kaming mga units doon for personal branding that will help you go through that. Lalo na pag multi-passionate ka, yung marami kang gusto. Tapos, paano mo pagtatay-tay yun? Chef ako, pero sumasayaw din ako. Paano ko pagtatay yun? Yun ang forte namin. So, let's go.
Let's go. And by the way, Louie Baarde, Luibaarde.
Yes.
Okay. And with that, Direk,
Ayun.
maraming salamat for listening and watching on this episode. Sana marami kayong napulot na aral. We will see you on the next one. Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers! Direk, back.
Tayo sober man o tipsy, aral makukuha mo sa life over.
Big Eyes Production.